Hello. Good afternoon. We're going to continue with our streams on the, let's see, existential risk website for demonstrating like different existential risks, or existential risk probabilities. Yeah. So this is done in mostly in R language, some JavaScript as well. And it's a bit. Can I make this? And in R, this is like the Shiny extension, which is for creating this kind of like dashboard type things. And now the first thing that I notice, especially when if I want to stream this, is that I should maybe change this aspect ratio. Let's try like 16:9. So in addition to Shiny and JavaScript, I'm heavily like relying on the coding front on Claude Code. Which is over here. I'm giving commands to it, and in this another software, this is Positron, which is this my interface here. It allows me to use R in this manner that integrates with Claude Code well, or Claude Code is integrated to this system. So, okay, this was the change. It's a bit like I would want it to be a bit bigger. So let's make the width like 1100 px. So I want to get a bit more of it in view. And I might make it a little bit taller in the final version, because I think like in terms of like the clutter that's on the graph where it's most crowded, I think it's like vertically crowded more. Okay, this looks pretty cool, like this size now. So I have this two different let's try to keep it here. Two different apps, and I'm gonna show the other one. So these two different apps are basically for the same purpose, but there's just like have the different UI there. So this is basically like a very how would you say, number focused or like digit focused, and the other one has a more of a graphical interface. So maybe you could say that this is kind of like a precision focused or something like that. So let's go look at the other one. So I think I'm gonna only try to make like small changes to these and as of today, let's see if I can, yeah, I can change these. How small can this get? And I'm gonna be writing this kind of this is kind of like a project plan or something like that. So I'm gonna continue on writing that. So it's kind of like presents the project at its current state and the plans that I have about the project. So here, for some reason, yeah, you kind of like have to, yeah, you can, yeah, it seems that these can be unselected as well. I think I had some more buttons here. I had, huh. Um, I thought I had added some buttons like over here, but maybe I hadn't. Mm. And I think it was related to something that was on the other app. So I wanted to get some feature to this app from here. Um, maybe not. I think there has been like some case when I've had work with Claude that for some reason some like some change had been kind of like, this is kind of like, I wonder why this is here. It's kind of like yeah, I'm just checking like there. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Yeah, but I just get a little bit like, because it has at some point it has dropped something that I've done before. Mm. Um. Yeah, maybe it was that I was about to make this button, but then I didn't. But let's make this now. So I want to add like a possibility of, yeah, logarithmic time progression, because they have this, that I have like this 10-year point here and 100-year point and 1,000-year time point. Although this should be maybe like year, should this be like year 100? Yeah, it's a bit like it's a bit different from the other one actually. Yeah, but I'm quite happy with how this shows the dynamics of what we're doing here. Um, oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to change that I know this was acting very badly is that if I make a jump here, like if you go like over the scale, it moves to a kind of like higher scale. Um, but it kind of like does it too aggressively. Like now we're in the trillion scales. Like we should be in like a um like a 100 billion scale. So um so let's I think I'm just gonna describe the problem and see what it tries to do. Um, mm, I'm gonna try this out again. Like if I try to be like very careful here, yeah, like here it goes to uh like this is like the scale like one in 100 to um 1 in 10, and then I move down. Um, so this should be like this is like now 1 in. Okay, this is actually I think this works fine. So we move like uh it's like actually there's like okay, how does this work actually? There's like 1 in 10,000 below here. There's like 1 in 100,000, and then it goes 1 in 1,000 here. And then after that, it seems to go. Okay, it is logarithmic actually. 1 in 200. Yeah, it kind of like, I think it kind of like threw me off a bit. I don't know, it seems, I've always been like quite bad with like, okay, so there's this thing that like when I make changes, um, it starts the app again after the edit. So I wonder if I could make it somehow so that like it would start the app um, only after all of the edits have been done. I'm not sure. Not sure if that can be. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna. So it's like but it says here like, yeah, this is like, because I have this checkbox here, like linear Y scale. Um, so it should be linear, all, unless I've kind of like understood it a little bit differently. So what if we change, yeah. So now this, at least this is kind of like that in between these scales, it's well, it's not, yeah, it's not linear in between the scales. So this is like a kind of like a true logarithmic scale. But then I kind of like wonder why it behaves differently. Okay. Well, there we kind of like it changed the scale. Yeah, this is and again we changed the scale. Yeah, it kind of like it reaches here. It reaches kind of like a point of change like that, and then it's kind of like down suddenly, like to very low level. Yeah, this one in 100,000 is some kind of hmm. Yeah, this is kind of like balance. Yeah, you kind of like have to maybe have this lowest one. Mm. It just seems off to me. All this like jump. Yeah, now this is kind of like it goes like to thousands. Like, do we have the hundreds? Yeah, we have the hundreds area over there, but it kind of like skips right through it, and it goes to this like dense area. Um, so at least this is kind of like what. Uh, Yeah, let's see if it understands what I'm saying here. Um, I think there should be mm, maybe some kind of areas on top and bottom. Like, let's think about like we have. Can we, if you go put that one over there, can we? Yeah, like now the 100 scale is here. We cannot go down. It kind of like so. What this does is kind of like it. Uh, it seems that if we have like a high value here, um, so this lower section here, it's kind of it's always condensed. Like it condenses all the values like below 1 in 100 there. And that might be good behavior, or at least I'm not sure if there's like if there's any way to go around that. It kind of like requires me to think in logarithmics. Uh, okay, let's see how it works this time. Okay, we go down here to yeah, it's still you can see it kind of like flashes through the 100s. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be Yeah, I wonder if I could create some kind of like zones up there and down here that so that you could have like 10 lines, and then if you go to that, like if you like you have like 1 in 10,000 here, and if you go to this zone, mm, it would change the scale on that. Like if I go down here, it would go to like the hundreds, or like the 1 in 10,000 scales, because now it's kind of like up to the, it's basically the highest value. It's kind of like made on that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it still jumps too much. You can kind of like see. Mm, I wonder if you could it kind of like let go of the mouse or something like that. Hmm. Yeah, this doesn't really work. 1 decade. Does it mean like this feels weird? Like yeah, maybe that's. Mm. Um, mm. Yeah, I don't know if that's too much. might be a bit difficult to understand. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna try this. Actually, does it work on population? Actually, like 10 billion. Mm, trillions. Like tens. Yeah, now it's kind of like it. It would be kind of cool if. Yeah, I think the thing is that it should. I would want this to come down here. Um, this gets tricky. I don't think it's linear. Like, oh, it actually. Oh yeah, because yeah, it is linear. I've been just like because I'm not because I'm not too familiar with these ratios. Yeah, it's actually fine. Yeah, it actually is fine. It's just I should have the maybe I should have the percentage first. Mm, like let's see. I've been looking too much into that. Um, so we're here like one in. If you look at the percentage number, yeah, that's more like it's 0.1. Um, then it's 10. 10%. Yeah, we're like skipping the 0.x. Yeah, we just ignore this. But is there still like a thing with? Uh, I might still want like the. Um, Yeah, let's try. Like I'm still like might want to have a, like this kind of um, area at the top so that it would kind of like change when I reach this point here. So this would be like uh, zero point 0.1 and not 0 0.9. Something like that. Oh yeah, let's try the. Yeah, now I have like a logarithmic time scale. Yeah, I wonder should I have like one of these on by default? And I think here when I kind of like start tracking this, it should um, yeah, it should have like this line already. Like here it works. Like you can see that the old population line is kind of like grayed out already. Mm. I also wonder like there's no for the population there's no it doesn't have the number here. Um, mm, yeah, maybe the trick is a bit like there's like both there's both like the potential population and then there's the expected population. So do they both need to have like if I have the population numbers for both of those, uh, it gets like super crowded, especially like on this stage when you're trying out changes because yeah, there's gonna be like four numbers that are very close to each other, so that's a bit tricky. Um, like, would I need to choose a bit in some sense? Hmm. Um, Yeah, it seems to be quite a long think now. Hmm. Oh, is this actually now? Is this the new thing working? I don't know. Yeah, one thing that I also wonder is that could I like um, hmm, like if I click a digit here, um, I wonder how heavy this is. Um, because of okay, I'm a little bit scared about this. So there's the uh, what? This just like yeah, this is not what I wanted. This is just like this looks how does it work? Scroll the okay. No. Um mm, um s- okay. So this is basically the same thing as oh yeah, there was the yeah, but this doesn't really Yeah, yeah. This doesn't really work out. Like you cannot scroll down the page by when you hold this in here, so it's not good. Mm, goes like there's like yeah, that kind of like works. Hmm. I don't like how this is gonna look, but it might be. Yeah, it creates this kind of like it's the same kind of issue that I had with this one. That it creates this kind of maybe in regards to these variables, I should have mm, so um, mm, I'm gonna go take a look over here, like what variables are needed. Uh, I might need to have a bit different color codings for these. Yeah, this works. Mm, mm. So now, no, this still doesn't work. No, what? Mm, mm. What's happening? Is it gonna like this is it gonna like changing it on the fly? Hmm. 0 point. Hmm. 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 Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm not. There's like a lot of this that I'm not certain if it's gonna like the right way to go. Yeah, this feels like so weird. Not sure. I'm also kind of like figuring like why is the like with the controls is there like a nice way to not have like such I don't know like sharp corners on these. Like, do I need to think about this mm, a bit differently? Mm. Also, I should have done this compacting in the beginning. I think I just noticed that I have uh, I have like 20% of my tokens left for the session, and I think like if I had this done this compacting thing before, it would be a lot more. I think it eats them up. What? So if you go, yeah, that kind of like works as I intended, but it doesn't really feel nice. Also, it's a bit too easy to make some kind of um, when you're at this like border, um, because it always puts it right to the border. Then you're gonna like when you drag it, you might easily move it to a wrong direction that you're gonna like go back to the previous zone even if you didn't mean to do it. So yeah, it's creates a kind of like tricky. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a bit awkward. I might just have to. I think I might just decide to revert on all of these changes. Mm, I think I might look at the text for a change, like here. Um, can I? Can I? Uh, can I hide this thing here? Huh. um, um, let's try to maybe play around with play around it. Uh, mm, so let's see what we want to write here. I think this is in the wrong spot a bit. Oh yeah, this is actually, I think this is this section here is written by Claude. Um, hmm. I should be able to hide these code cells. So I think I might want to start with this thing here first, like um, before it goes to those. Um, there was also like, yeah, I had some slides here, but I've been thinking about like that instead of the slides, I would have just like a few, like I had like a PowerPoint presentation here, but I think it might be cleaner to just have them as images here, because I think I only need like 3 images from there. So I'm a bit annoyed that you cannot. I don't think you can. I cannot track like here. Like you can do, I think, like in Google Docs or something, that you can grab here and drag it down so it kind of like moves all that text there. So I don't think that's possible here. So can I replace this image somewhere here? I think I need to. Yeah, there's like an images file. I just need to move some of those images that I have. I just need to pick the ones that I want. And they're probably like the newest ones. But yeah, there was like a there was an issue with, because I had some of those images. Maybe I only need like one. No. Um, just a minute. I'm gonna go check like what graph did I use on the slides for this one. Yeah, there's this, like, I'm not sure if I'm at the right place. Or is it this one? No? It might be different. It's kind of strange. I think I might just end the stream here for now. I'm gonna go look for that image. It's somewhere in my folders. I don't know. And otherwise, it's kind of like I kind of like want to focus. I have to do what I wanted to do after last stream, which is kind of, because these 2 apps are gonna be embedded like this and yeah, kind of like need to see like do they actually work. So I haven't really tried that out, like how heavy it is gonna be. So and it kind of like seems that do I really have to kind of like host it on GitHub to actually see like because the local version didn't seem to work. So and it might just be that I cannot like really see if it works before it's actually on online. There might be like some functionality there that it it cannot really connect before the local version. I'm not sure. I might have to ask Claude about this. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end this one here. It wasn't such a yeah, I didn't get as much stuff done as last time, but yeah, that happens. And I think we had some I don't know, we may have kind of like had a dead end with this because I'm not so like this is it just doesn't feel very usable as it is. I don't know. Yeah, I might have to kind of like backtrack on that. Okay.